Hi, Acadiana. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Welcome to your Friday. Today's November the 7th. It's a foggy one here in Lafayette, and I suppose in the outlying areas as well. Dense fog advisory for at least parts of the region. First, I want to let you know, though, that storm season never really ends, and it's time to save the stuff that matters. Ritter Consulting Engineers uses Matterport 3D imaging to scan your home or business, which can be used for insurance purposes before and after a storm. They're also revolutionizing real estate, so buyers can tour homes right from their computer. Call Ritter Consulting Engineers at 984-8498 or visit their website. Well, again, we're socked in with some fog. Visibility probably down to about a half a mile here in Lafayette, but lower in other parts of the region. In fact, take a look at our traffic cameras. You can see fog is going to be an issue, so you're going to need a little extra time to get to work and school this time around. Also, remember, there's going to be fog out there, so the students are at the bus stop. Be on the lookout for them. Later today, we're going to see mostly cloudy skies. Could see a couple of isolated showers. Temperatures will top out in the lower 80s. Now, there's a look at our current temperatures. A lot more mild than where we were when we started the week with the cooler temperatures, but it's going to be a couple of warm days before a big blast of cold air is going to be coming in, and that's going to visit us for the early part of the week. We might end up with a freeze here locally for parts of Acadiana before the week is over next week. Little weak disturbance kind of moving across the area, generating some showers mainly east of the region, and I think that's where the bulk of the action is going to be, from the Atchafalaya Basin eastward over towards southeastern Louisiana. But on the satellite, you can see there's a lot of fog across the region. That will gradually burn off by mid-morning, but I do think skies are going to stay partly to mostly cloudy for the rest of the afternoon. Frontal boundary back to our northwest is going to stall out. Little trough kind of working over the area right now. Could bring a chance for some showers, but the upper level pattern, we've got one little wave that's moving through the Great Lakes. The next one that's up there over southern Canada, there north of Montana, is going to take the southeasterly track, and that is what should open the door to some of that colder air. So the upper level pattern for early next week is really going to buckle, and we're going to see a significant amount of cold air coming down across the eastern half of the country. Between now and then, though, it's going to be almost summer-like, warm and muggy with temperatures running in the mid-80s. And as far as our skies, they're going to stay mostly cloudy. Chances for showers, though, mainly off toward the east. So if you're in New Iberia, Morgan City, over toward Baton Rouge, the New Orleans area, southwest Mississippi, you've got a much better chance for showers this time around. We'll keep 20% for most of the Acadiana region. Temperature-wise, it's going to be quite warm with highs in the lower 80s. I think we might be in the mid-80s on Saturday as that weak disturbance moves by and we get a little more sunshine, but we're still going to be in the warm sector on Saturday. So lows early in the morning are only going to be dropping back into the mid-60s. But there is the chance for those colder temperatures coming in. There's still a better than 50% chance that areas along and north of the 190 corridor will probably see temperatures down below 32 degrees. Hard freeze doesn't look as likely, but we could see a few upper 20s in the outlying areas up toward Alexandria. This is one that you're going to need to protect the plants, the pets, and the people, but the pipes this time around should be fine. You really got to get those freezing temperatures longer than 24 hours, and you really kind of got to be in the low 20s or upper teens to have issues with pipes. But this could be a killing freeze for much of the areas north of 190, maybe even north of I-10. South of I-10, I'd go ahead and protect some of those tender tropical plants because there could be some frost early Tuesday morning. As far as the Gulf waters, things not too bad. If you want to do any fishing, you want to get out there for the next couple of days while we have these southerly winds, because once that front blasts through, I think we're going to be seeing some rough conditions out in the Gulf, and the rest of the tropics are quiet as we start to round out the last few weeks here of November, the last few weeks of hurricane season. Remember, Let's Talk Tropics is a weekly show for the rest of this month unless we get some new activity, but we're not expecting anything here for the next 7 days. Your weekend forecast, mostly cloudy today after the fog burns off. One or two isolated showers, especially on the eastern half of Acadiana. Staying warm and muggy tonight, 65. Again, might see some fog, but I do think we're going to see a little more sunshine on Saturday with a high near 84. Front's going to come through Saturday night, so some clouds coming in, and then those clouds will gradually break up as we go into Sunday, but it's going to be windy, an early high temperature in the 60s and probably falling from there. I don't think we're going to get out of the mid-50s for highs on Monday, and then Monday night, Tuesday morning is where we're going to be seeing those temperatures close to the freezing point. So be be ready for that. Well, I hope you enjoy Acadiana weather today. If you do, please like this video, subscribe to my channel, and also turn on those notifications. And remember, you can hear my forecast daily on Big 102.1, Planet Radio 106.7, and Freedom 95.1. You can also catch me this weekend on Sunday's 9 a.m. show at WBRZ. I'll also be there on Monday morning for Tune In at 5 a.m. and their noon show for next week. So check us out. Got a link below. If you don't catch us on TV, you can watch our live stream. And of course, thanks to everyone who's already subscribed to Acadiana Weather Today. And please follow my social media pages both on Facebook and X. I'm meteorologist Dave Baker. Have yourself a great weekend, and I'll see you on Monday.